Some uncultured
chain
barbarian visiting us today. Hey everybody, welcome back to Wining with Emily. I am your host, Emily Harrington, wine manager over at Lucas Wine and Spirits on State Line Road. And with me today is GM up at the Liberty Store, Luke Langley, and former Lucas South manager as well. So welcome. Today we are going to be trying a selection of super fun summery whites, so parts of the world and grape varieties that you maybe have never heard of, and we're going to try some today. Let's dive in. So what are we thinking about when we want something for summer? So what do you think of when you think of?
I mean, for me, going into summer, I tend to go straight towards white to a rosé. I mean, I've had multiple different recommendations from Emily, and none of them have been wrong so far. And I mean, even especially as it gets even warmer, getting to that evening period where it starts to cool down, I tend to, right now at this temperature, go towards like a Riesling.
Totally. Yes. Yeah. That is, anybody who has ever worked with me before knows that you must like German wines. So the quality that a lot of these summery wines that we're talking about, acidic and refreshing. So like you add lime to your gin and tonic, like lime for your margaritas and cocktails. That's kind of what these white wines are bringing to the table. And to me, the thing I like about white, wines in general, but white wines specifically, not only are they refreshing, the alcohol is kind of in check, and you get so many different flavors going on, and I don't need to mix a bunch of different ingredients to get that effect. So, some uncultured chain barbarian visiting us today. Gosh.
Weighing me down.
Anyway, hi. Hi, welcome Anthony.
Huh? Do you like wine?
I have learned to enjoy it very much so because of Emily.
Oh, really? Our first wine is from the island nation of Cyprus. So this is an island just off the coast of like Lebanon, Syria, Turkey in there. So in the Eastern Mediterranean, culturally very kind of Greek and Turkish. There are tons of Greek letters all over this.
Oh, yeah, those are good letters.
Cool wine hack. If you can't read the language on the label, it's probably a really cool wine. Do you want to know why? Because wines with names that are hard to pronounce and from places nobody's ever heard of are really hard to sell. But we tasted it and we thought it was good enough to take a position on it and be like, hell yes, I want to sell this. I think people would be really excited by this wine. So there you go.
Like basically what she's saying is these types of wine are hella cool.
They are hella cool. What do you get out of this?
What do I get? Oh shit. I get really bright notes, and the bright notes that I get from it just remind me of drinking an IPA, which is, I normally drink is beer and liquor, so this is what I compare things to. And to me, it doesn't hit my palate as hard as what an IPA would. It's a lot lighter on the palate. I think M thinks the acid comes through a lot more, but I like this. I think it's very good. It's light, it's crisp, and citrusy.
Very, very bright citrus, very light on the mouthfeel, very well balanced. The acid is just enough on it that it really does come through and just round it out so well.
I do get some kind of floral qualities out of this, so kind of your honeysuckle,
I will agree
jasmine, gardenia, those kind of white flowers. Typically females are better at picking out the different nuances of the different kinds of flowers. I wonder why, oh my god. But then I also get like green grape. Again, shock, oh my god, a white wine tastes like green grapes. Lime, like zest, like it's a very almost bitter, not quite, phenolic. Thanks for drinking wine with me today, guys. I know that.
got in trouble last time she was over here because my wine key was so far lost in my drawer.
I mean, you can use that for a bottle opener too.
Well, I have massive bottle openers.
Back to wine. So, our next wine, so we mentioned earlier that I'm a big German wine fanatic. So one of the many reasons that is because I feel like you get a lot of complexity for your dollar in Germany. So top end, you can get some of the top end producers there for like 50, 60 bucks. We sell JJ Froome Auslesen for that price. The wines are super good, deliver a lot of different flavors going on, and they're often really cute little family-owned wineries. Small production. What do you think? What do you think?
Goes where I first go to.
Totally, yes, yeah. No, and I also didn't say what this wine is. So Braunevel is the winery, Braunevel, in the Rheinhessen. So this is their Scheurebe. Say it with me now, kids. Scheurebe. So Scheurebe is a Reba. So Reba in Germany means like root or vine. So Scheu is some guy's last name. So it's Scheu's vine. Really inventive, creative name. Yeah. So Scheurebe is a offspring of Riesling, but it tastes an awful lot like if Sauvignon Blanc and Riesling had a baby together. So they can make really tropical, rich, unctuous, sweet wines, but also really dry. What do you think?
See, I don't really even get this being that dry.
Juicy in a way. Like lemon juice?
Totally, yeah. So again, like to me, I hate to keep making the margarita comparison. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but that like salt with the lime thing, yeah, it's got that going on. So yeah, and again, so I said let's talk about dry. What does dry mean? So dry just means not sweet. So when we say, but other things can come across as sweet in a wine. So extract is one of those things. Alcohol is one of those things. Fruity flavors without the sugar components can come across sweet. Looking at the alcohol contents can be a really good way if you don't know, like, who's gonna whip out their phone and look at a tech sheet. So this is 10.5% alcohol.
Which
So that's
is
kind
a lot less
What
sugar.
was this one?
This is 13.
13.
So most dry white wines will be 11 to 14, up to 15. 15 would be really high, but those are dry white wines. So 10.5 is going to put this like just below. Yeah. So this has a little bit of sweetness to it. I get a lot of tropical flavors out of
There
this.
is a lot of tropical.
Totally.
It
Yeah.
is.
So
It's
very
super,
passion
super
fruit. If you
fresh.
like passion fruit, guava, that kind of thing, that is what this tastes like. Yeah. I will go ahead and gloat and say I love Scheurebe. That's my very favorite grape variety. Well, we probably have the biggest Scheurebe selection in the Midwest. So
Take
that
that to
is
the bank.
like super exciting for us. A big honor.
And again, as mentioned in another episode, it is a liter bottle.
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you
that's
get
like
that.
a German thing, yeah.
A lot of European, they
European.
just, because wine's so cool. Totally.
And what takes it longer than 250 milliliters?
They have long lunches, all of the PTO, and stay
This
up
is
late,
true,
eat
yeah,
dinner
yeah.
way later than
Uh-huh.
we do, so they need to like stretch it out.
I
and
don't
get
need
that
to wake
extra
up
time.
as early either.
Next wine is going to be Iggy Gall's Côte d'Aron Blanc. So the Côte d'Aron is probably my favorite region in France, which is really hard for wine people to say. Côte d'Aron is the part of southern France around like Avignon, along the Rhone River. So Côte d'Aron, the slopes
Côte d'Aron.
of the Rhone River. Anyway, so the region is really mostly red wine production devoted. Only 8% is white wine. Guy Gall, though, makes a point to make white wine. Let's smell and taste.
Smell and taste.
Let's smell and taste.
I will say, I don't think I've ever had any French wine.
This has got to be probably the first time
Ever?
I've had
I don't think so.
probably the first time I've had a Côtes du Rhône.
Or honey. And see, look, there's two little hats over those O's.
Uh-huh.
Remember how important I told you that diacritic marks were?
I don't have diarrhea right now.
Oh, Jesus.
nose, I gotta say, I'm not getting a lot on.
There's not a lot, but I'm getting more of an earthy note to it on the nose, where it's the kind of the more floral. The floral is really coming out on this for me.
When we talk about Rhone varieties, the Côte de Rhone has a lot bigger palette of varieties than a lot of wine regions. They might have, for example, in Burgundy, white and red Burgundy, there's not a lot of grapes that could possibly be. In the Rhone Valley, there are a lot. There's over 20 red and white and rosé and grape varieties. So this guy is a good representation of a lot of the different ones. Leads the way with Viognier this year, but it does change year in, year out. Apricots, kind of more in the richer, peachy fruit.
Yeah, I would.
It does have a lot of acid, so it's still. What do you made a face? You don't think that?
I'm not getting. See, I'm struggling with the fruit on this one. 'Cause I think this one just absorbed all my citrus.
But even with that, I mean, for me, it's that super light. Like you said, going to the apricot, which an apricot to me really doesn't have that much of a citrus to it, but it's that super light, easy sweetness of an apricot.
Me speaking, I'm not obviously.
This is good.
It's very just light, and if you put it on your glass, just
It dissipates. You don't like it?
no, I do.
Oh.
I enjoy it very much because it's very light. It's got some little citrusiness to it, but mostly that oily earthiness to it. And man, this would be really good. I think this would be better going into the fall, in my opinion.
Totally.
Not really getting the oily unless I put it more of like a buttery oily, and that's what I'm getting, kind of on the mouth.
I don't get a lot of oiliness out of this, but I also have had like really oily Roussanne before. But this, if you like full-bodied Chardonnays, like this is good. I want something different, but it's full-bodied. So while I would say it, like you be saying that it's lighter, it is lighter than a lot of oakier Chardonnays, but it's still in that wheelhouse. Which one did everybody like best?
I'm gonna go same.
Okay, awesome. So, yeah, and these are all totally like.
Ooh,
Emily
hold
wines.
on. I am going to amend my choice.
Yeah.
100% this one for like spring and summer, but I do think I like this one. Going into the fall seasons, I would enjoy that one better than that one.
It does definitely have more body, and it is a little more alcoholic. These are Emily wines, so because I do get to pick what we sell in the store for the most part, I do. We carry commercial wines that everybody's looking for and that kind of thing, but these would be like stuff you would find in our employee pick rack, which is very well shopped, and we do rotate stuff out of there, so we're always a bunch of winos that are trying wines, so there's new stuff that we're jazzed about all the time. And I will say, but totally coincidentally, I just blindly picked wines that I had tried recently and really liked. These are all like $17.99, so these are $18 wines, under $20. So these are a bunch of cool wines to come out and try. Check them out. We do have them scattered all over the place, but yeah, these are frequently in employee picks areas or that kind of thing.
If you like the video, make sure you tickle the like button behind the ear, subscribe, and give us a comment below. Let us know if you've tried any of these or if you have any other wines that are kind of in this vicinity that you've enjoyed as well. And if you haven't tried these, come on into the store. Talk to Emily. If I don't want to talk to me, talk to her. talk to Emily. Talk to one of our wine crew. They're gonna.
Sometimes it's good to get though, like a perspective of somebody who's not a wine geek, because like you talk to the wine guys, we're all going to suggest European stuff, like a real person's opinion. Right. Soapbox moment over. Come and ask any one of us at Lucas South or Liberty. Talk to us.
Come and talk to us. That's what we're good at.
Cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching our video today. Anyway, thanks for joining us on Whining with Lily. Cheers.
Cheers.